how are you gonna just tell me it doesn't work? Thank you. what good what good information you've given me.
I I don't know. I don't know why.
Sent you a link and
You
you
didn't
put
text me back.
it to work. Thank you. What do you mean I didn't text you back? My phone's over there.
Oh. Sent you a picture of my lunch.
Oh, lunch. It's 10 o'clock. What do you mean lunch?
Well, my brunch then.
Brunch. Okay, whatever.
I haven't eaten today. That was my first meal.
Oh man, I've had a fun experience this morning. So I woke up and my left ear like hurt really bad. I was like, great. There's a lot of pressure in it. I was like, man, this sucks. So I couldn't get it to pop. So I went and took a shower. I tried to get it to pop in there. It wouldn't come out. I was like, you know what? I got to run to Walmart anyway. So I'm just going to go over and grab some like eardrops and stuff. So I went over, did that, put it in. I came back from Walmart, put the eardrops in, and I was like, sweet. Like my ear feels a little bit better now. And then I sat down about, I don't know, an hour ago now to like just, I don't know, relax for a little bit before we started this. And all of a sudden my body was like, you thought you were done dealing with stuff for the day. No. Ran to the bathroom to like just took like this great just diarrhea like everywhere, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening this morning? It was ridiculous. So I've had
You have COVID?
So I just had a fun morning is what's happened, really.
do you have COVID or something? Like,
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, like that's random, really random.
I don't know. I tried a new restaurant last night. Maybe it was that.
I don't know why that would affect your ear, but maybe food poisoning, yeah.
Well, the pressure also changed a lot today because it got like super cold and super rainy this morning. So the pressure might have something to do with the ear, and then the food might be the other stuff. If not, then I don't know. But I just
my ears also hurt when it's cold.
Oh my gosh, you got very loud. What the?
I didn't change anything.
Yes, you did.
I was talking to the same voice and everything.
You got way closer.
No, I was turned to the side for a second and then turned back, but I was talking the same way. But I was at the beginning of this conversation, so.
No, you yelled at me. You're a yeller.
I did not.
You did.
You.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This the microphone in this is way more sensitive than the last other software. So
I noticed that when I came in, it's showing me as really loud, and I'm talking in the same way I always do.
Yeah, I don't. It's saying that it can hear the AC in the background. I'm like, damn, that sucks. Anyway.
Oh, I don't hear it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like the recording's probably gonna hear it. Plus, like this chair is super squeaky, so I bet it hears that too.
Well,
man, are you gonna do the intro?
This is Mindless Prattle.
Oh my gosh, you're getting better at this, I feel like. This is the introduction.
I'm the best host, Ripley Shane.
The best? What do you mean the best? What? I just get second best all of a sudden?
And that's...
I see how it... No,
the greatest
this
host,
is the abused. No.
Jordan.
The abuse is coming out.
Oh.
No, it doesn't come out in public.
Listen,
so what do you have?
You're not the one with random bruises all over you all the time.
I don't live with you right now. You're just giving yourself bruises and then blaming me. That's abuse. All right.
I think about walking into an object and I get a bruise. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of my bruises are from sleeping.
Yeah, the last worst. I think the worst bruise I've gotten is when I was at where the hell was I? I was at Fort Leonard Wood, and we were doing an obstacle course, and I ran straight at the first obstacle, and it was just like a platform that was about 6 feet up, and you had to jump up onto it and then pull yourself up onto it and then jump off the other side. I jumped up and did not see that there was a bar about halfway down to assist shorter people who couldn't reach the full thing. So I jumped, but I was still had too much forward momentum. My shin just slammed into the bar. I got up and finished the obstacle course, and I got back to the back of the line to do it again when it was my turn again. And the second time it came around, while I was waiting, I looked down and there was just a huge black and blue spot on my leg. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do it again. I was like, that was immediate. I didn't even have time to go back home or do anything. It's just immediately bruised.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the worst bruises I got, I gave myself in like color guard. Because basically, like we basically ended up caning ourselves, you know, like just like, you know, we were twisting and flipping these poles, and then sometimes you miss and like whack yourself with it full speed and force. So I had a lot of like long pole shaped bruises on my shins, and I burst a lot of blood vessels like in between my thumb and finger. Those were probably the worst. I hated that.
Right. Oh man. But so the hotel I'm at right now, right? It has a pretty small parking lot, but it has parking spaces on either side, and then just the driving part down the middle. But the hotel the hotel itself is a U shape. The hotel itself is U shaped. So at the end, if there's no parking spots, you have to back up and go find a spot like around the side of the building. Well, this morning I go outside to go to Walmart, and there's someone parked in the middle of the row, like right up against the U-shape, blocking in like 5 cars. And I was like, you have to be like a real asshole to block in 5 cars at once. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, there's like, it's like, you know, social decency rules when you're in public, and then some people just ignore them, and that's the person everybody like turns and stares at, and under their breath they're like, what a dick.
Yeah, but it was also too like there's parking spots. It's like a couple, like maybe 30 feet down, and there's parking spots around the corner. Like, it's not a big parking lot, you know?
Yeah. From what I've seen, like the little bit you showed me, it doesn't seem like it's a very big place.
No, it's not huge. Oh man, I just realized we have to record another episode tomorrow too.
Yes, I was actually going to ask.
Shitting myself by then.
Yes, please stop doing that. Can this program support another person, like a guest?
Yeah, it says invite more people.
So, for tomorrow's episode, I was wondering.
I don't know if the other program. Join. You what?
I don't know if you'd be comfortable with friend joining.
Oh, I don't care. I mean,
she's really excited. I told her about the podcast, and you know how it's just like we chat about, you know, random stuff, and she's like really wants to be a guest, and she's like, we could record on Discord if the program you guys have doesn't do it. And I was like, Discord doesn't really work, but hold on, I'll see like if this new other one can trash. Do it.
My issue right now is like I'm wondering how this one's going to turn out, because I don't know if it records on your end and my end, or just records on my end, because like you're getting robot voice like every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah. Oof. So I'm kind of.
It says call recording, so I don't know what that means for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're.
Welcome to Mindless Battle, the podcast where we have technology problems every week.
Yeah. Next week we can go back to the other software. There was just like an issue with it this morning, so I was like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with it. I'm already not feeling well, so I just went to the backup software and I went, it's going to be good enough.
Speaking of shitting yourself, explain to me why this cat can stink up our whole fucking apartment. Like, every time she uses the bathroom, I am immediately aware. We have it contained in that little box, like we did that cool thing from YouTube where it's like you put it in a drawer or whatever. Her new food is like starting today, but I'm just like, man, what is with our cat?
I thought you already started the new food, yeah. So I was
like, mixed in a little bit with her old food.
Doesn't work.
And it was a lot smaller, but you know, it's like grain free and all that stuff, and it's supposed to be really easy to digest. And
I know I look for grain free things when I'm looking for easy to digest things.
Well, for cats, like they're mostly carnivorous, and then they can have like some veggies and stuff like that. But
mostly, I don't know. I had a cat that ate candy canes, so.
You fed your cat candy canes?
No, she would come up, and anytime you had a candy cane, she would just start licking it. I assume because she liked the mint. Have you tried mint? A lot of cats like pudding too, I think.
Really?
Pudding? I
They're
think it's pudding.
obligate carnivores.
What they're obligated to eat things. Is that what you're saying?
An obligate carnivore is one that depends entirely on meat because their diet requires nutrients that are only found in animal flesh. Most carnivores are not obligate carnivores. Besides felines, dolphins, seals, eagles, and walruses are also obligate carnivores. Walruses are evil animals.
Walruses?
Yeah.
What's wrong with a walrus?
A walrus will fuck you up.
There's like 90% of the animals out there. What do you mean? Why are you singling out walruses?
Have you seen that movie Tusk?
No, what?
Oh my god. Okay, I didn't even watch the movie.
Okay, so hold on. You're saying that you singled out the walrus because you heard about a documentary about walruses?
No, it's not a documentary. It's not a documentary. It's a scary movie.
Okay.
So you know Human Centipede, right?
Do I know them like personally?
You know of it. Like you know what the concept is of Human Centipede. Like
yeah, I've seen pictures.
So the walrus Tusk is like that. The movie Tusk is like that. But this scientist guy was obsessed with a walrus who like saved his life when he was a kid, like a teenager in this Arctic place, and like a walrus saved his life. And so he becomes obsessed with them and starts like trying to turn people into walruses. But let me look it up because the actor in it is like he's a great actor.
A walrus saved his life, so his life determination was to go and try and change people into walruses.
What's his name? What's that actor's name? Hold on, because
let
me tell you, I couldn't even watch the movie. It was so disgusting. I watched Amanda the Jedi on YouTube. She's one of my favorite YouTubers.
What's the disgusting part about this? I don't understand.
So like I gotta show you a picture of like what it looks like when he turns.
No, you gotta describe a picture. This is a podcast, all right?
So basically, like he surgically changes this. He kidnaps this guy who's I'm trying to tell you guys an actor because he's like you would know who he is. Justin Long. Like you'd know him if you saw him, but it's like kind of comedic. Like they tell you that this guy's an asshole, so you don't really like him, and then he starts getting turned into a walrus.
Guy. Okay.
And so
he turns into a walrus.
Yeah, this guy he gets like lost in the middle of Canada and gets kidnapped by this creepy scientist dude, and he drugs him and starts like cutting off his limbs and putting him to this like walrus flesh suit and like redesigning him and pumping him with blubber, and then he makes him live in a swimming pool and gives him tusks and makes him try to like eat fish and stuff. And so basically the whole plot of this story is that this old man wants to fight a walrus because of this experience he had when he was a teenager. It's like he was dying. He had to kill this walrus.
Wants to fight a walrus?
Yeah, so he had to kill this walrus to survive. And like he was saved by like killing the walrus.
I'm looking this up right now.
It's a lie. It's a fucking ton of shit, right? Like it's a crazy ass movie. But he wants to fight a walrus because of it. So he's turned this guy into a walrus and he wants him to fight him. He like gets in the water with him and is fighting him. But the walrus guy Go ahead. What's the description?
Let me do the official description. A brash and arrogant podcaster gets more than he bargained for when he travels to Canada to interview a mysterious recluse ... who has a rather disturbing fondness for walruses. That's the description. That doesn't tell you anything.
So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, like full spoilers here, like skip the next like 2 minutes or whatever. Like I'm gonna spoil this movie because I need to talk about it.
I'm watching the trailer right now.
But so the guy who got turned into a walrus, he wins, right? Like I don't remember what happens. Like his friends have been looking for him this whole time. Like part of the plot is that his girlfriend's like having an affair with his other buddy because he's so obsessed with this podcast that he like doesn't pay time or attention to any of his friends or family. So they've been looking for him this whole time, and so they come and save him. And like kill the other guy, the scientist guy gets killed, but this man is still a walrus, right? Like he was surgically changed into a walrus. There's no going back. Like he would fucking die.
I mean,
so the ending
change some things back.
The ending is what really gets me. The ending is they zoom in on him living in a zoo with like a tiny little pool. And he's psychotic, gone full walrus. And it's like his girlfriend and his ex-best friend are now dating and they're just like visiting him. And the end is just like, you just see a tear coming out of his like human, because it's like his human face and then like tusks and walrusy, you know? So it's like you just see his like human eyes like crying, and it's oh fuck. I don't think I can watch the movie. I never saw Human Centipede, so that's why I just watched the video by the girl that I really like who reviews movies and stuff, because she goes into detail and shows you clips, and I was like, I can't even handle this review. I don't think I can watch it.
This trailer that I just have it playing in the background while you've been talking. It just keeps cutting back and forth between like him in the mansion, like getting surgery on him, like going through surgery, and then him sitting with his girlfriend. Like it does. Like,
yeah, it's it is a wild ride.
Came out in 2014.
And I remember when it came out because I was in high school and everybody was talking about going to see it.
Oh my gosh, right at the end of the trailer, there's a little, it goes to black and then it comes back with just hashtag walrus yes. Hashtag walrus yes.
You know, and like I think what the movie does well, one is though it doesn't take itself seriously. Like it knows what it's about. You know, it's like it's a little dramatic, and but like the main character who's being turned into a walrus is like, you're fucking crazy. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Why are you like it's a little bit of a dramedy.
It's rated 5.3 out of 10. Oh my gosh. I didn't even look at the rating the first time.
It's like a lot to handle. I don't think I could sit through the surgery scenes, frankly. Like, I'm fine with horror, but there are certain things that I'm just like, I can't do.
What is it on Rotten Tomatoes? 45% with a 36% audience score.
Have you decided to watch The Menu yet?
The Menu? No, but I keep seeing things about it. You were talking about that last week, weren't you?
Yeah, it was so unexpectedly good. Like I didn't even get up once. Like normally I find it hard to like pay attention through a movie. Like I just like TV shows better, I think, most of the time, unless it's something I really want to see.
Yeah, you got that short attention span, or it's Twilight. There's no in between.
Shut up. But so I decided
There's also like 50 Shades of Grey, so
I just watched it on like a whim, you know, and it was so good. First of all, I love Anya Taylor-Joy. Like I think she's a great actress. Like in love with that woman, frankly. Like I don't, you know, like relationships are like, oh, I would have a hall pass for this actor. I don't believe in that, but if I did, it would be Anya Taylor-Joy, like hands down. She's just fantastic.
Oh,
she was the chick from Queen's Gambit.
Yeah,
but I've seen her in a lot of stuff since then, and I like her. She's very versatile, and her character in this movie I really, really enjoyed as well. And I think that they did a great job with characterization and setting and like the small details. Like it takes place in this really rich dining place. Basically, like you have to pay like $1,400 to dine there, I think. Like, but she's there with this guy, and it's like you can tell she's not upper class. Like they do small things, like her dress is like kind of more revealing and wrinkled. And the thing I noticed immediately is she was wearing combat boots, because I was like, yeah, that's something I do. Like I wear combat boots with everything.
She was in the North.
So I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen it.
I haven't
Who
seen
else
it
is Alexander Skarsgård in that?
I don't fucking know. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I just really like her, and her character in this movie is really good. So it's still new, so I don't want to like spoil it, but like I really think anybody listening should watch it. Like
her character's name.
It made me laugh.
Her character's name in what is it, The Northman? Do you know what it is?
No.
Like everybody else, like a good amount of them is just like there's the king, the queen. Hers is Olga of the Birch Forest.
She's so important. She got a name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it.
The nose stub. There's some great names in this. The Mound Dweller.
I think that's the best part about my parents. Like letting me have their HBO Max subscription is I do see a lot more new movies, because half these things are like out in theaters or they're out on HBO. So
yeah. Oh, here's one. Hjalti Battle Hasty.
I feel like that sounds like a Skyrim character.
They all do. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do.
So what else you got?
Oh, man. I'm just looking at different names right now. But
how long should I wait to call Target about my glasses?
I thought you were going to mention the Home Depot thing again. Was it Home Depot?
They came and took care of it. Yeah, it was Home Depot. Well, I don't think Home Depot did. So I don't think I told you. I was at work the other day and I got a phone call from the front office because I had called them about the issue.
Right.
And so I called them back when I got a chance, and they actually answered. It was amazing.
Did you tell
Um,
that the story last week on the podcast? I don't remember.
I can't remember either. So you guys are
I
gonna hear it
don't
again if I did. It's a resolution anyway. So if I did, you're just hearing like the solution to what happened.
Yeah,
So
you gotta need
so long story
backstory, girl.
short,
Come on now.
TLDR
No,
last
what
week.
craziness? Like too
I have to use the
long.
bathroom.
You didn't want to. Oh my gosh! Well, how are you never prepared for these? How are you never prepared for this podcast? You even set the time today. You're like, hey, let's do it at 10 today, and I was like, sounds good. And then you were like, you know what I should do? Eat and drink a bunch of stuff right before we start recording.
I listen. So basically, 2 packages showed up at my door, sometime like a week and a half ago. They're 2 big, heavy, long packages. They're like, they say, do not attempt to lift alone. Like they have the 2-person lift sign on them. You know, I attempted it because I had other
Do
packages that
not
were
what?
delivered.
You cut out
It
on
was
my
like
end.
do not lift alone. Like they had the like
Oh yeah,
2-person
this is
carry thing.
yeah, but anything over like 20 pounds has like required to have that on there. I think it's so
But
dumb.
they were definitely like they were at least over 60, 70 pounds each. Like I don't know what the fuck was in there, but it was from Home Depot.
They were 25 kilograms.
What is that?
It's like 50 something pounds.
Okay, so
60, though.
they were heavy, and we live on the second floor too, you know, so there's no way
Yeah,
in fuck
somebody
I
had
was
to
getting
lift
those off
those
there.
motherfuckers up there.
And you know, I had almost strained my back that day because along with those packages were 3 packages that were actually from me that my district manager had ordered for me for something I needed for work that were heavy, and those were technically a 2-person lift too, but I did that by myself very carefully, and I almost strained my back doing it. Like I could feel it start to like twinge, you know.
If you did it carefully, then you almost strained your back, then you were lifting incorrectly.
Yeah, well, it was too big and heavy for me to lift myself, so like I shouldn't have done it
Why
at all.
didn't you
But I was
ask
like,
someone for help?
like who?
What do you mean, like who? Did they come to the front door?
They just left them there. They didn't.
Was it at work? Was it at where did they deliver them to?
They got it delivered. My boss had it delivered to the apartment.
Okay, that's what
So,
I'm
like,
asking. That's
we had
you're like
those
no
3
one could help me.
packages, and then those 2 heavy packages because we didn't think they're going to be heavy. But the way that it was packaged made it heavy because these things are like it's like a like those divider lines at like movie theaters and shit, like the little black.
Oh man, no, you stop for a second. Jesus, you take so long to stop when I keep talking to you. It's crazy.
I literally wasn't talking for a good like 10 seconds.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is the timing I think got unsynced because you're just like randomly robot talking.
Oh, well, how do we fix it?
Well, I don't know, but you just keep talking when I'm like, stop it, stop doing that. I don't want you to like your story to get cut out, so I'm trying to make sure that we can hear you properly. You're just like, what? You know what? I'm like, cool, thank you. So you got packages.
Yeah. So there was the 3 packages for me and then those 2 packages from Home Depot. I don't know how people keep bringing the wrong stuff to our apartment because
couldn't you have just like opened the packages and taken in your stuff like one at a time?
Oh yeah, I guess I had to do that, but I was taking them to my car.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I was like, what do you
so I could take them to work.
Yeah.
But like I dealt with it. It wasn't that bad. Like but that's also how I knew. I was like, there's no way. Excuse me. I was trying to mute myself so I could cough, and then I missed.
You didn't.
No, I pressed the button and I didn't press it hard enough. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny is I muted myself because I had to cough, and then I heard you click the button, and then you coughed, and I was like, "Girl, come on now, I did it properly."
I'm so good at this.
You can also just use your mouse and click where it says mute. By the way.
Okay, I'll try that. But that's how I knew I couldn't do those 2 packages as well. I was like, "There's no way." Like I barely did that. Like those 2 are not happening. So called the office. They never came and picked him up. I tried to go to the guy's house. He wasn't there. Called Home Depot. They said they come pick it up. So flash forward to the phone call at work the other day. I called the lady back and she asked me like, "Oh, we just wanted to see if anybody had come and gotten those packages." And I was like, "No, like they're 2-person lift. Like they're 2 packages. They're still there." I called Home Depot. They still haven't gotten it. She goes, "Well, the person who's the packages for like called us and asked about it."
Oh, like the front desk called you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Home Depot called you back and was like, "Did anyone pick them up yet?" We're like, "But no, like what?"
they fucked off, So she's like, "Yeah, like they called us and wanted to know if their package was here or whatever. If they could still come get them." And she was like, yeah, I looked at it, but she was a woman, so I assume she was probably like me. It's like no way I can do that. Um, but by the time I got home, they were
Way to
gone.
just
So
assume all women are weak. All right.
all women are not weak. I am just
That's what you just
particularly
said. You said she was a woman, so I like me, so I assume she couldn't lift them. That's what you
no.
just
Well, so I was
said.
gonna say, I was gonna say she's probably small like me, but I didn't want to assume.
Or
But
you
then
just
I was like, she's
assumed
probably like
because
me.
she's
And
female. You just assumed
well,
anyway.
because she told me she couldn't. She said she looked and couldn't do it. So I was like,
No,
yeah, she
that's not
couldn't.
what
Same
you
issue I
just
did.
said. You just said that you assumed she couldn't because she was a woman.
It's not what I meant. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
I always say things so mixed up, and
Heavy
then I
thing,
wonder why
man
people are
job.
mad at me. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. I meant that like she had said that she had came by and looked at it and couldn't do it, so I figured she was probably about my size and like couldn't do it as well.
Right.
But I didn't see her, so I can't assume what she looked like. She could be a
I mean,
bodybuilder and was just like, I don't fucking feel like doing it.
you have already assumed what she looked like. Just saying.
Listen.
Oh.
She is particularly needy today. I don't know why, but she's like, attention, attention.
I don't know why
Please.
you're looking, but it's not towards the microphone while you're talking.
I am. I'm literally
No,
in the same position.
right now, but you just turned to look at the cat, didn't you?
No, I just softened my
Yep.
voice a little bit.
You can't. You gotta talk in the same level.
I didn't
understand
turn to
where
look
you're
at the
going.
cat because she
I
was
don't care what you
she was
did.
on my
You got
desk.
quieter, you got further, you looked away. It's one of the three or a combination. Either way, you just said,
Well,
"Fuck
it's
it.
your
I don't
turn to
want to
tell
be
a story
heard."
then. I'm
It's
talking a
not.
lot.
You're talking to the cat. You're not talking a lot. You just got distracted.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I just shared all about movies and Home Depot and
What do you mean? I told you that I shit myself today. I don't understand why this is
you
like a
shit
one-sided
yourself, like
conversation.
actually, or just like
No,
in
like I went to
the
the
meaning
bathroom
sense.
and I was just like,
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
okay.
Because I don't know, like it's just so uncomfortable.
Did you cause
like,
it? Are you trying to like apologize now? What's up?
Yeah, witchcraft. I gave you diarrhea.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
That's what I get. Yeah.
One.
We did have steak last night. It was really good.
Until today.
Yeah. Did you see my parents are putting up the deck on the house?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I got a bunch of pictures yesterday about it. It looks pretty good. I don't know that it'll be
excited.
done. Yeah, so I don't think it'll be done by the time you go out there, but apparently they're trying to get it done by the week after that. So.
Oh dang! If only the special whatever Monday thing was next weekend.
Yeah, it just means you're gonna have to, work on it with them next weekend.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, but for as far as like work wise, I've been getting off a little bit earlier each day, which is nice. I've been getting off at like 6 instead of 7, so I'll take it. I'm all about it.
As you guys get into like a routine.
Yeah, it was that and just less things that we had, like emergency stuff that we had to deal with. We had one emergency this week, and it was just one of the people's, and she just never came back. So we were like, cool. Like, you're supposed to come back, and that was a whole deal. But
we eventually, I had a few situations too like that.
Yeah, and like we reached out to like her emergency contacts. We're like, hey, we haven't heard from her. Do you know where she is? And they're like, oh yeah, she's fine. We're like, okay, can you get her to talk to us? And they're like, we'll see. And we're like, okay, thanks.
That's facts. I can't believe you would put your family like in a position like that to have to like do that.
Yeah, it turns out they were like lying for her, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Why would you do this? Oh man. Other than that, I've there's apparently a casino nearby that a couple of my coworkers have gone to. They were telling me that it's just okay, and that they haven't what are they? They don't have table games right now, except for like one, but you have to make an appointment to sit down at the table. Yeah, it's super weird. I never heard of that.
Table games?
I don't know. I'm fine with them, but like I just said, you have to make an appointment to like reserve a spot at the table game, and I'm like, that's kind of dumb, but all right.
I think I am too nervous to ever do a table game.
You're too nervous? Why? What
Yeah, because
happened?
if you don't know how to do it, then like people get mad at you.
That's when you tell them to fuck off. You've had too many. You can't remember the rules. It doesn't matter.
It's like, how am I supposed to learn?
He's just, oh man, what would I do? I'm not a fan of this layout for the this call recording thing because like
Why?
all the information's at the top, but then all the interactable buttons are at the bottom. but you have to scroll to see them all, so I can't see the whole thing. It annoys me.
That does sound annoying. Was it different on the other one?
Yeah, I mean the other one's just like a whole what's it called? Like a whole screen. So it's all on the same screen. Because like there's a lot of white space on this screen right now. Like you could fill it in.
I don't love
it. Well, we were using the other one just because it. I think the recording on there is a little bit better, but like I said, for this one and next week's, we're gonna have to use this software. So it's fun. You got any other plans this weekend?
I might go out with another manager today. She said she gets off work at around 3, and then she'll let me know.
Did you get quieter again?
No, I'm literally right here.
That's so weird. Like your volume like fluctuates when you're talking to me. I don't know if it's trying to like auto correct it or what, but
yeah, maybe that's it. Because like
oh gosh, you're super loud now.
And I'm not talking I'm talking like barely louder, like not even an octave louder than I was before. It's like the tone in my voice is different, but I'm talking the same. So I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to like.
No, I mean is my voice fluctuating for you?
Not at all.
Nah, it's because I have an actual like control over my tone and voice, you know.
It could be the Wi-Fi, maybe.
It could be the Wi-Fi that's changing how loud you're talking. Yeah, that sounds like what Wi-Fi does. All right.
What were you saying
so
though?
Now you got to say what? What do you mean? What was I saying?
I thought we were talking about something before. My voice was like, oh, loud and quiet.
Yeah, I was talking about what your plans were, and you were like, I might go out with someone later today, depending on if they get off work or not. I'm like, why would they not get off work?
No, she gets off at 3, but I don't. She said she'll see how she feels.
Oh, she's seeing how she feels. I see. I thought you were like, we'll see if she gets off work today.
He's talking about maybe doing like dinner.
Maybe what? Maybe doing dinner?
Yeah, like maybe going to dinner together.
Okay. Well, what do you mean? How do you guys not have plans? It's the day of. Just be like, hey, you want to do this? Yes or no? What do you? Hey, do you feel like maybe going to get dinner if you're not feeling super unhealthy? You know, if you might get off at 3, we don't know though for sure. Is that how that conversation goes with you and other people?
No,
that's what it sounds like.
We saw each other yesterday. She's like, I get off at 3 tomorrow. Maybe we could do dinner or something. And I was like, yeah, sounds good. Let me know when you're off. We didn't have a specific plan. She's going to let me know.
Maybe we could do. What is the something though? Like, what if dinner is not the plan? No. If dinner is not the plan, what is your backup?
We were talking about going shopping because we're going to that concert together.
Okay, shopping for what?
A concert outfit.
A concert outfit. Jesus, woman, you act like that's something obvious. Like I'm asking you. So
I think most people would know. Like since we're going to that concert together,
people would know?
I think most people would go, "Oh yeah, so you're shopping for a concert outfit."
No. You said you're going shopping as the backup, and then you said because we're going to the concert together.
I don't want to talk about my social life.
You're not making any sense. You just expect people to know you're going to a concert together, so therefore your shopping has to revolve around a concert that you're going to. Like it doesn't make any sense.
But that was the context I gave. So
it was not the context you gave. It was the context in your head. You're like, yeah, if we don't go to dinner, we have to go shopping because we're going to a concert together. What the fuck? Okay. Tell you what, if I say I'm going shopping with my coworker because we work together, I'm not going shopping for like business outfits that we for work. All right. Like this one does not imply the other. It doesn't make any sense. You could go shopping for ice cream. I don't care. Like we're going shopping. I
don't want to talk about my plans today. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what they are yet. So
you can't talk really about what they could be. What do you mean?
It's been a long 2 weeks.
He said, this is what I might do, but I don't wanna.
Yeah, I'm just tired. Like, I really want to hang out with her, so I don't
Why
want to like
even?
cancel because she
Why,
offered. But
why even
I worked
say
55
anything?
hours last week, and I just don't want to do it.
Oh my gosh, woman, why even say anything yesterday? She could have been like, do you want to do this tomorrow? I'd be like, I would, but I worked a lot this week, so I'm going to take the day to relax. Like, that's all you had to say. Oh my
Mm.
gosh. You instead went, yeah, let me know, and then just dreaded the conversation since then. Just were waiting to get told you had to go to dinner and have a nice time with your friend. What a tragic life.
Well, and I told her I don't have a lot of money to spend right now.
Oh man, do you okay, what is that? Great. Now she can't take you to a 5-star restaurant. What are you talking
Well,
about?
no, so I mean, like, I don't know if I can buy an outfit yet for the concert because I don't know how much money I have, and I don't know which album I should dress like.
Which album you should what? Why do
So
you need
if
to dress like an album? Just
so
dress
that's
like a
what like
person.
that's what most of the fans are doing because this is so I'm going to the Taylor Swift concert in April, and so it's her Eras tour, so it's like all of her albums. So a lot of people are like theming their outfit after like an album. So I was gonna do one,
Did
but
you
I
why don't you pick your favorite album then?
because I have two that I really
You have
like.
two favorites?
Well, I
That's
have
not
three favorite
possible.
albums.
That's not possible either. Your
It's
favorite is
hard.
one.
I really like Evermore. I really like Red and I really like Midnights, but they all have different vibes.
Red's easiest. Just go with that. You just grab
I don't want to wear
everything
all red.
red
I
and you're
don't want to wear
good.
all red. I don't look good in
Or
all
who was
red.
it that was wearing like 30,000 like red jewels? Just do that. I
It
saw
was
that the
Doja
other
Cat.
day. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
You're wearing like
I
30,000 red
that whole
jewels.
thing, and then Kylie Jenner had a fucking like fake lion head with her, and
Oh
I
yeah,
saw a
I
thing,
saw
and
that.
someone was like,
Yeah.
"We are literally living in the Hunger Games."
Yeah, it's like we're reaching the stage of capitalism that's just the Hunger Games. And it was just them sitting next to each other, and it was the lion head on the left and the red jewels on the right, and there's just like a normal looking person in the center who just looked very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it just. I mean, Doja Cat pulled the look off or whatever, but I'm like,
Did
why?
they? Like, I don't look like you got dipped in like some Dippin' Dots factory accident. Like, like what happened? Be like, I super
Fashion.
glued the brand that the super glue, and I found the red sparkles, and so we put. I'm red and sparkly now, and you can see it. Look, and then they do a little twirl,
It
and
was
they're like,
actually, what was my
ooh,
favorite? A few years ago, I can't remember what actress it was. I think it was Jennifer Lawrence or something. But somebody asked her, "Oh, what are you wearing?" Like they usually give a designer, like, "Oh, this is Givenchy or this is Dior or like whatever the fuck designers design clothes." And they asked this actress, like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" And she goes, "Well, this is the top and this is the bottom."
yeah. I would never be able to answer that. Like, what are you wearing? And I'd look down and be like, it looks like clothing, but don't worry, underneath I'm naked.
They
Like,
never asked the men that though. Like, I do think that's a little bit of
they do.
sexism. Like,
They do. What was
do
it? Chris
they?
Pratt has a funny answer for it. Yeah.
Oh,
Have you
I've
ever
never
seen
seen
his?
that. So I was like, I don't ever see them going up to men like in a black suit. Like, who
Yeah.
is your black suit by? Like,
Yeah, yeah. They're, like he has one. I've seen it a couple times where they're like, "Who are you wearing tonight?" And he just like goes off and he goes, "I'm wearing a human named Chris Pratt," blah, blah, and then like walks off, and you're like, "All right."
I rewatched Avengers Endgame and Age of Ultron yesterday.
You said you watched the latest two,
I said the last two.
right? The last two.
That's the last two, right?
Those are not the last
What are the
two.
last
Age of
two?
Ultron and Endgame.
What are the last two?
It's Infinity War and
Oh,
Endgame.
Endgame and Infinity War. Yeah, I watched those two yesterday.
Yeah, you don't know.
I forget the title. They're the Avengers.
Age of Ultron.
I know
Not even
Endgame is the
close.
last one. Like,
It's not even close in like the cinematic timeline that they've
um,
made.
but I did forget how sad it is. Like, especially in
What do you mean when half the people in
well,
existence
no,
die?
but in Endgame, in the beginning scene where Hawkeye or Jeremy Renner, he's like having lunch with his family and teaching his daughter how to
Oh
shoot
yeah, yeah,
arrows,
and they all
and then he
just like
turns around and there's just
disappearing.
like dust, and
Yeah,
you're
and they're
like,
all gone.
oh, and he doesn't
He wasn't even
understand. He's like,
there.
where are
He's
you?
like, where did they go? Yeah.
And what are the odds, right? Like your entire family disappears, but your plot armor
50-50.
saves you. Like that was painful to watch. I was like, damn, I forgot about this shit. And then fucking Natasha's death. Oh, that makes me sad every time. Where'd you go? Hello? This is the part of the podcast where I sing my solo song. Yodeling, yodeling.
Wow, that's oof.
What happened?
The internet here at the hotel went out, and I am yeah, I don't know.
Well, you are going to love the last few seconds of the last part of the episode. So
Why? What happened?
because you just went silent, like your mic cut out and everything, and I was like, all right, time for my solo section.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because of the way this works, I think it's just recording on my end, not yours. So I don't like
Oh,
it just
damn. That was so
dropped
fun.
you, and I was like, "Hello, are you gone?" And then it cut out, and I was like, "Bro, what the?"
Yeah,
So
I
I've
was
got
yodeling.
to see if you were yodeling. What the? I mean, like I can add it together. I just
Sometimes a girl's got to yodel.
yeah. So I'm just kind of hoping that it doesn't delete all 40 minutes of that that we just had. I'll wait and see. Oh boy, that's gonna be a real pain.
Also, do you want to talk about some internet drama?
Yeah, what you got?
So TikTok does this thing, right, where people will like change words. So like instead of like kill yourself or suicide, they'll say unalive because TikTok has really strict like algorithms and stuff to block out certain words that they don't
Is that
want.
where it started? Did it start with TikTok?
Yes, because they have really strict moderation. So people started saying things like unalive. And I was like, I get that. That's fine. I get that term. On Twitter, I don't like when people use it because on Twitter, people specifically mute terms like that. So if you use a word like unalive, you are just getting around people's blocked filters. And there's probably a reason they don't want to see stuff like that. But on TikTok, I could see the need for it. However, recently, there's a trend on TikTok to where they have started using the word mascara to mean to refer to like men's penises or to like sexual assault. But that's the problem, is that people are using the word mascara to refer to these two separate things and using them like interchangeably. So
Wait,
people have been
using it to refer to what?
here, so I'll use it an example. So somebody will make a video like, oh, I had this mascara that I loved and then somebody stole it, but she was using the word mascara to mean she was like sexually assaulted. In another context, a woman made a video and she was like, I tried one mascara and I didn't like it, and then I tried another one and it was better. And she was talking about like having sex, like someone's dick, you know. So people are using these words differently.
Okay. What, from mascara? Why? That doesn't seem...
which is mascara is a makeup term. It is widely used. TikTok is very big on beauty stuff. So it is not very clear. So basically, this woman made a video saying like her mascara was stolen, and a girl commented on it like a famous autistic actress. I don't remember her name, but she's an autistic actress, and she responded to this video basically like, "LOL, I don't feel sorry for you. Like what? Like why are you making such a big deal about mascara?" And the internet started dragging her. And when she realized,
like, if I saw those, I wouldn't have known it. Like, no, who was supposed to guess that? Like, unalive and suicide, very easily you could be like, oh, that makes sense. But mascara and what were you saying? Rape,
like sexual assault and
assault,
versus like normal sex. Like it mascara, it wasn't very clear.
I would never have guessed that.
And you know, I'm just like, she apologized multiple times when she realized the context.
Being used for like masculine, maybe, but not masculine. Like, I don't know. I don't.
You know, like
why
they could have come up before that. People were saying grape because you know, like without the G, you know, easy. That was
the G. Yeah.
So like, I used to be able to get that, but I'm just like, I'm not chronically online. And I think some of this language, I think some of the younger generation is kind of forgetting why there is specific language for things. You know, it makes communication a lot clearer. And I don't mind them creating these terms, but if they're going to use them, they need to make sure like it can't easily be confused for something else, you know, like that's going to get a lot of people in trouble. And like I said, even on TikTok, people are using it to mean massively different things. So how are you supposed to know what's the correct
I don't know why you wouldn't use why didn't you just make up your own word and use that? Like that would make more sense than trying to reuse the word mascara. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah. So yeah, that's TikTok drama. There's another one if you want to hear it.
Yeah. What you got?
So there is, you know, like little people or people who have like birth defects and genetic conditions that make them look like shorter and younger than they are.
Sure, yeah.
So there's this woman, she's got like a TV show, but basically she's 23 years old and she has like the height of an 8-year-old and like she's pretty small. Um her face, she looks like a 23-year-old. Like if you looked at her, you wouldn't think she was a child. She's just a very short woman, basically. But she is, I can't remember if she's married or if he's just her boyfriend, but basically people started accusing her significant other of being a pedophile for being with her. And then, which I mean, I think is completely stupid. Like I think a lot of people think it's stupid, but he even put out a video like, you know, she's an adult woman, like she is allowed to enjoy a relationship. Like you guys are infantilizing her and reducing her to an object. Like we don't think that's cool, you know, like, but to me, I'm like, is this woman, like this grown woman, supposed to go without love for the rest of her life simply because she's short? Like, kind of ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, it sounds kind of off a little bit. I don't know. I don't follow too much TikTok drama. That's why you're here.
Yeah,
I don't even
I see
have
things like this
TikTok.
and I don't comment on it online. Like I'm not really, I don't want to track that drama because somebody always wants to argue and I don't care enough to like argue back and forth with internet strangers. But I just found it really annoying. I was like, that poor woman, like, first of all, it's not her fault. Like, you know, this condition that she has, like she was born with it. She's always going to have it. She can't date children. She's a grown adult. Like she has an adult body, like physically she's fully mature, you know. She can't date a child just because she looks younger because she's short. Like her significant other is her age, like they're in the same age range, like he treats her like an adult, like a human being, you know. Like I don't see
I
a
like that you
problem
just
with
keep
this.
like explaining it and then just re-going over all the same facts. Like,
Whatever, but you know what I mean? Like
just
it's
in
just
case you
stupid.
were less like, just in
But
case you weren't paying attention.
you know, since you're not on the
Why
internet
don't
as
you
much as I
hear it
am, like
again? I'm like, all
those were
right.
the two major controversies this week.
Major controversies. Yeah,
Surprisingly.
I was not following all that. I in fact
So
took
it must have been a slow week for the internet.
slow week for
Sorry, I
the
didn't mean
end.
to
I don't
interrupt
know.
you.
No, you're good. Yeah, like I said, I don't do much in between working just because I'm working like 11 hours a day, I think, usually. And it's I'm gonna try and go in later this week and maybe that'll help. I don't know. I do have to drive up to San Antonio in a couple days to get an audiogram done, so that'll be fun.
A what?
An audio, like a hearing test, basically.
Oh,
They got to test and make sure I can still hear all the things properly because my medical packet is apparently out of date because they didn't put in the one that I did last year. But even if they did put that one in, it would expire in like 2 months from now anyway. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go up and do it this week. Um,
I feel
so
like that
yeah,
happens a lot to you.
yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff just doesn't get updated, so that's why like we keep records of it. And that's what I was saying. Like I have a record of my last audiogram. It's from last year, so technically I'm not like delinquent on it. But like I said, there's in like another month and a half or 2 months. So I was like, you know what? I already made the appointment. I'm just gonna go up and do it this week. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh man. Um. What else happened this week? Like I said, I don't get out and do much really. It's kind of
How many
boring.
animes have you watched since you've been out there?
None. I just sit down and relax most of the time. I played a new game on my phone. What's it called? Um, come on now. I gotta pull it up real quick.
I just
I
sent you a
played
meme.
this game. Did you?
Hmm. I follow
Okay. Why are
daily
you?
One Piece memes on on Twitter, so I just had to send you
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I've been playing this mobile game called Legend of something Slime. It's pretty fun. It's just a little idle game that you can log into
What
every
kind of
once in a
game?
while. What's
Like,
up?
is it like a clicker game or like how does it work?
No, you just have a little slime, and it's a slime that is killing people for invading the slime like forest and hometown. Instead of like, it's like humans are invading and attacking monsters for no reason. Let's go kill them, and we're like, okay, and that's pretty much how that goes.
I crave, this is going to sound so strange. So when like smartphones first became a thing, like my parents got me like this cheap, God, they used to be so cheap too. You could get a smartphone for like $250, $500, Um, but I played
That's a
this mobile
wide
phone
range.
game.
You can get a phone for $250 to $500
Like
with the
like well, like the really, really nice ones were
yeah.
like $500 back then, and now they're like a grand. But so I had like a $250 like Razer smartphone for my first smartphone ever. I think I was in
Oh
like
yeah, I
eighth
forgot
grade.
Razer made smartphones. I had who was it? Somebody else in our like old friend group had a Razer phone too.
It was great. The battery life was trash, but I also used to play video games on it nonstop. But there was this one game. It was like an RPG online game, free little, you just go and fight like little enemies and stuff and level up and like free different parts of the land. And it was so fun. My phone used to die all the time because I would just play that game constantly. Like it sucked up my battery life. But I really miss that game sometimes. And I
Yeah,
can't
the
figure out what it's called.
mobile gaming, you gotta have some power source nearby. It's quite ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember we went to
And
visit my
especially now,
grandma
like if I
for
want to
Christmas,
play
and that's all I
games,
did. Sorry, what you're saying?
yeah, like I was like, especially now, if I want to play games on my phone, I just got added into like 8 or 9 different group chats and like 2 or 3 different, well, not like 4 or 5 different email like distribution groups. So my phone's just constantly getting notifications like throughout the week, and I'm like, ugh. So it just pulls my battery.
Yeah, my battery was dying a lot this week because at work, this tech came in. So basically, this tech came in randomly one night. Was like, I'm gonna do this in your tech box. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. It's like a lock box with like all of our safe tech, Wi-Fi, all the important stuff is like in this lockbox. And he came out and he left. And the next day we came in and our music was broken. It was like making this god awful buzzing sound. And the box is in this place that's like really tight, so I couldn't pull it out myself to check the cables. But from the way it sounded, I was like 100%. I'm pretty sure this cable is going to need to be replaced. Like it sounds like the connection is like not going all the way through. Like maybe he jostled it or something and damaged it while he was there. But so we called it out, but I was playing music on my phone all week because I had my work speaker there. So we weren't just sitting in silence for fucking, all day with customers staring at us. But my phone battery was dying so fast. I keep a charger at work. So I was like leaving it on the desk, just charging half the time because playing music all day really drains your battery, apparently. Oh no, did you drop out again?
What's that? No, I'm still
Oh,
here.
I was like, oh no.
He just stopped talking, and I think there's a slight delay. So I was like,
Okay, I was like, oh god, I don't want to lose you.
Nah. I don't want to leave you tonight. No, I just scrolling through different internet things. I keep getting recommended different like games on my computer online. It's like we have this fun like button pusher game or like this fun would you rather game, and I'm like, bro, like stop offering to
Do you
to give me
remember
would you rather questions. I'm like, all right, what's up?
remember when we used to play fuck, what was it?
That
Like you,
one,
you
yeah.
played it with a bunch of your friends. I was in your guys' clan for a little bit. Is like you built up your walls and defense towers and stuff.
You talking about Clash of Clans?
Clash of Clans. Oh my
It's still
god.
really popular.
I haven't played that in years.
I played that a couple years ago, yeah, but I haven't played that recently at all.
But it's like every time I try to restart it, it's like, you're already leveled up so much that you come back and everything's destroyed because you've been gone for so long.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's funny. The last time I joined in, they added in like a little tutorial and an animation and like a little fun sequence because you've been away so long. It's like, oh, we didn't recognize you. We'll run you. Everything works because you've been away for so long.
Oh, I
And
like
I'm like,
that.
oh, sweet, thanks. It's been like years since I opened this app.
I like that. In Animal Crossing, every time I play Animal Crossing for the first time in a while, like I feel so guilty because like you'll come in and everybody will be like, "Where were you? We thought you were dead. Don't
You've
ever
been
do that
gone for so
again."
long.
And I'm like they'll be like, "Oh, it's been like 4 months." Like it'll keep track of how long it's been, and like the
Yeah,
characters will
because
be
it
like,
has
"Oh,
the
it's been four
accurate
months."
like day night cycle, doesn't
Yeah, but so and I'm always like, "I'm so sorry." Like you guys
it?
aren't
I'm
sentient, but
sorry.
that really freaks me out.
That's when you just go in the settings and change the date back, and you're like, "It's only been a day. Shut up."
Well, and that's also the thing is, I time skip sometimes, like if I'm like working on a construction
Sometimes, like
project or
all the
something,
time. What are you
because
talking
I don't
about?
like that it's real world time. Like I'm not one of those people who wants to relax and sit there and
I think you mean
grind
you're
and pick
not one of those
flowers.
patient people.
Well, like Disney Dreamlight Valley, for example, I can do all this stuff and it's like it'll go at my pace. So like if I have the time to sit there and do all the grinding and stuff, I can get it done
Yeah,
immediately.
I
I don't
feel like
like
a
games
lot
that
of
make you
games
take forever.
I feel like a lot of games they should have sped up construction times if they're gonna make the in game time real world time, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like as far as like store like city building games, you can hit like, oh, let's move this, like fast forward it along, and
Mhm.
it helps a lot because then you can actually like see the buildings, because it's like, oh, this will take 3 days, and you're like, cool, I guess I'll play your game again in 3 days. Nothing else to do on here till
Yeah,
then,
and it's like in Animal Crossing, when you build something, first of all, you have to front all the money unless you have friends visiting your island to donate to it. Like the fucking villagers don't do anything. Like you have to
No, they
earn
just
all the
walk
money and do
around.
it.
They're like, all right. I feel
And
like
then
it
when you
should
build
be.
it,
Go
you have
ahead.
to wait until like you have to wait overnight. So like you have to sleep and everything like it's like an overnight. It's not like 24 hours, but it's like until then open it next day. So like I think it's like 9 or 10 a.m. So it's like, okay, I'm an adult. I have a really busy work life. Like when I sit down to play, I'm not playing like for hours a day. I might have like 30 minutes to an hour max to, enjoy myself and have fun in the game. And I want to feel like I got at least some advancement
Well,
done.
that's your problem right there. Who went and told you to become an adult? Okay, you should just be a kid with lots of free time.
Frankly, I fucking wish. I just don't want to work. Like, it'd be great if you could be an adult and like not work.
Yeah, you just have to become one of those like real successful authors or something.
Ugh.
That'd be crazy though. You'd have to like, I don't know, write books and stuff for that.
I just don't think anybody's gonna like the story I'm writing.
And I
I feel
keep
like it's
telling you,
lame.
you know how many times you've told me like, man, this story sucks. The writing's not good. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm like, yeah, but you're fucking reading it. Like
Yeah.
what? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. You're like, this
If I
book was
had
terrible. I'm like, yeah, but you read it. Like
if I had a nickel for every time I complained about Zodiac Academy, I'd have at least a couple $100.
that's what I'm saying. You're like, no one will like this. I don't care. Like it or don't like it. They still read it. Like the only
That's
people
true.
who don't matter are the ones who just didn't read it.
And if you put your books on Kindle Unlimited, you get paid based on pages read.
How do they calculate pages read though? Is it just like, like if I scan over all the pages real quick, does that give more money to them?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's kind of strange. Yeah.
I know it keeps track of your pages, but I don't know if there's like a certain amount of time. Like, because I'm a pretty quick reader, so like readers
Right.
like
It's
me
like you
though, or
didn't
like
read
what
that.
Kindle
Skip.
Unlimited is built for, and authors love readers like me because if I'm really like a series, I'll blast through that shit in like a day
Yeah.
or two.
And
So
if
they're
you
getting
really
lots of
hate
money
it,
from
you'll
you reading all
blast
of
through
them.
that shit in like a day or two and
Yeah,
complain in the middle. I'm like,
I am not a person to DNF books. Like in the reading community, the DNF do not finish.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
I didn't know if a lot of people know the term, so I just wanted to say it just in case
DNF.
anybody listening
You
doesn't
could also
know.
like, by the way, DNF and do not finish take about the same amount of time and intellectual capacity to say, just so you're aware.
But yeah, so I don't do that to a lot of books. Like
You don't what? You don't do not finish them?
I won't stop halfway through. Like even books I don't like. So
Oh,
like I've
gosh.
told you, there's two books I didn't really like. They're like dark romance
See, that's my
series.
point. You stop halfway through a book you don't like. You've effectively told that author you're giving them less money because
But
you think
these
their
aren't
book
Kindle
sucks.
Unlimited
But
books. So
you read the entire book and then go, "Wow, there were many parts of that just sucked." I'm like, "Yeah, but you kept giving them money because
like
you
not
just
like on
really
Kindle
didn't like it."
Unlimited. Like I have two physical books that I really didn't like.
Yep, still bought
But
them.
what I'll do, because I already bought them, so and I
Right.
wanted to finish the story.
That's what I'm
There were just
saying.
very specific things I didn't like. Like they were romance books, so there were sex scenes in them, and I really didn't enjoy the type of sex that they were having. Like I found it a little gross,
The
to be
type?
honest. It was
I
like
didn't know they were, like,
abusive,
types.
like
Oh,
not even
okay.
like BDSM, just like straight up like abusive shit. And I'm not into that. I've been through that in my life. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
need
the
to
one
read
that
about it.
abuses. That's totally
Shut
different.
up.
See,
So
there it
but
is.
what I did with those books is I would flip through and skip past the sex scene read all the plot points, skip through the sex scenes, read all the plot points till I got to the end. And I was like, okay, story was decent, but there were many plot holes, like things that they were like, oh, details they put in that went nowhere. And then again, didn't like the abusive elements. To me, there's a difference between dark romance and, like straight up red flags.
Yeah, the different. You got to turn off the light and it's dark. And then
like the one book I
the
read
light on
about,
and you just slap people. That's abusive.
I was like teetering with this other book. It was like I think I've told you before, like the guy, the death god who like would twist and break this girl's bones in her legs using his powers so she couldn't leave him. That one was really hard to get through. But she becomes a death god too, so it like works out.
Yeah. Have you ever seen fuck, I forget his name now, but he's talking, he's a comedian, and he's talking about the difference. He's like, yeah, I had to read a book on what was verbal abuse and what wasn't. And he goes, the book was just full of examples, which was great because the example was like healthy relationship. Hey, can we go get lunch later? Verbal abuse. Shut up, whore, go make me a sandwich. I was like, what the fuck are those examples? He's like, oh, that's verbal abuse? I didn't know.
And those are even like the same situation. Damn. Like one would be like, oh, hey, do you mind making me lunch? Like, do you mind making me lunch?
Yeah, one's like, let's go get some lunch in a little bit. And then the second example was just, shut up, whore, go make me a sandwich. Not, oh, that's verbal abuse. Thank you for letting me know, book.
It reminds me of like the health textbooks they give you in elementary school that are really basic. Like,
yeah. Oh man, I had to.
Smoking kills.
I had to go through a class this week on how to. It was a writing class, a professional writing class, right? Mm-hmm. And it was about how to write evaluations and award summaries better. And they gave examples. Oh my gosh, I gotta find this real quick. You talk for a second. I gotta find these examples.
So I like to play Love, Nikki, Dress Up on my phone, since we were talking about phone games earlier. So it's a game where you like make fashion stuff and you just dress up your little character. And I think it's so fun and amazing. And that's all really, like, I just really like it. It's got like story missions and it's like there's a whole ass story. Like they just made a PlayStation game too that came out that I kind of want. But it's like, there's all these different kingdoms and there's murder and betrayal and like you can get swords and stuff as items to dress up with. I really like it. So today there's like a daily challenge but they give you like styling themes and it's a Chinese game. So sometimes like the themes are kind of strange. So today it's Shadow of Beauty and Valley. And I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know. I guess I'll put something dark on. Like, I don't know what that means, I'll just do my best, I guess. But doesn't really matter.
So I found this. You're talking about your game.
Yeah.
So some of these examples on like achievements, and this was their bad examples. If you couldn't tell, one of them was like how fit the guy is. And he goes, "My man is in shape. Dude took the test and scored a 300 while he was hungover." The whole company was like, "Damn, that's awesome, man." Oh my god! Like, let's see some other ones. This dude was great. He didn't even swerve when drunk driving one night and got 3 chicks' phone numbers in one trip. I was like, "What the fuck are these examples?" I was like, meanwhile, this is in front of like 60 people, and there's just a guy up there reading these to everyone, and I was like, "Bro, what are you doing right now?"
Yeah, I don't. That's like I feel like those moments in life are like office life moments.
Yeah. Okay. There's one at the very end. It's supposed to be like the recommendations, and it goes, "Man, this dude's the total package. If you don't promote this dude right now, I'm gonna go set your house on fire while you sleep."
What?
Right.
They're like, "Don't be a sadistic murderer. Thank you."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, these are examples of bad recommendations and evaluations." And we're like, "Really? You don't say?" Oh man. Oh, all right. I think that's about the time. We actually, depending on how much of it has to be in the middle. There's gonna be like a why are
I
you
mean, you don't
stop
want to hear
texting me,
about my Love
son of a
Nikki dress up?
dear love Nikki? Yeah. There's gonna be a fun little transition right in the middle where you're gonna hear the audio cut out and back in again. That's where the internet went out. Don't you worry.
We got through it.
Well, we got through it. I'll have to go through it and fix it and stuff. But like I said, that's gonna do it for us today. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You can always find us on wherever you get your podcasts or over at mindlessprattle.com. Be sure to drop over there. You can leave us you can leave us a review if you want, as long as it's only bad things or good things, whatever you feel.
Yeah, tell all your
But you
friends.
can also reach out to us, send us messages on there. There's a little section that says like contact us. You can send us whatever you want, questions, comments, concerns, all that other stuff, stories that you might want us to talk about or don't want us to talk about and you just want to share with us. Either way, I will get a laugh out of it, give you a thumbs up. There's also a little voice message section if you want that. In between the podcast, you can find Ripley over at twitch.tv/Ripley Shane. She streams all the time. She plays all these fun games.
Today.
Yeah, she doesn't play. Well, you streamed yesterday. This is when this comes out. Come on now, pay attention. You streamed Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm not so good at the date thing.
She's still getting used to the whole "this comes out tomorrow" thing. But if you want to see more of her, go over there, check that out. She plays fun games, not like super well, but she plays them. So
Hey, shut up.
What games you been playing? You've been playing what? Destiny and Disney Dreamlight Valley. Like the same two games. They're the same genre, really.
I have many facets of my personality.
Yeah. And like I said, this one. Yeah, many facets of personality. Stop texting me, people. I'm busy. But like I said, we appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out. We're having fun doing this, and we're going to keep doing it unless someone just really hates it, in which case they can get bent because I'm going to keep doing it anyway. And other than that, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah?
We'll see y'all next week. Bye. What?
Bye.
What?
You're funny.
You didn't like that?
You're something else.
Yeah, all right. You got to leave now, all right? We got to go. We got to end the recording.
Okay, bye.
Oh my gosh, bye.